The Guardian's Will is a pretty good sword. It has nothing to do with this video though, I just wanted to mention that because it's in the shop. The fishing hook is the main focus of this video. It's probably not a very notable weapon to a lot of players, myself included, because I forgot I leveled this up. Nonetheless, it has the crit hits with this weapon cause an explosion 6th perk, which from what I've heard makes a lot of weapons that can have this infinitely better. It's only available for melee weapons obviously, but even then, I've played with a few melee weapons that have this, notably the Stormblade and the Supersonic Slasher, both of which were so much fun with this 6th perk, and I don't think they'd be as good without it. But anyways, you can see that I only have a 36.5% crit hit chance, which alone probably isn't that bad, but during the gameplay I'm going to be using a very different loadout with, where I will have a much higher crit chance. And I'm going to be showing that loadout right here in a minute. I have my farming loadout just so I don't show incorrect stats. But this is the actual loadout that I intend on using for this video. Whiteout Fiona is in the lead because I definitely need that crit rating for swords, axes, and scythes. The fishing hook is a scythe. Blast from the past to increase my health. Saurian claws to get a 3% damage based off of my health. Saurian focus just for the energy. It is a lot of nature missions at the moment, so getting more energy is definitely pretty important when I'm playing up close with melee. Assassination just to get them some melee weapon damage. Rapid charge, like I said, just for the energy to go up because it is a nature zone. Scythe to meet you. This probably won't be active all that much because, let's be honest, I don't think I'm going to manage to slow or snare any enemies without a damage to slowed and snared or without a slowing and snared 6th perk. But I couldn't find anything else, so I just threw that on. Now that I'm in the mission, which by the way is a power 94 eliminating collect, I know it's kind of dumb to be using a 106 in a 94 zone, but I couldn't find anything around 100 to 108 for eliminating collect. And I think 124 is a bit too much. As you can see, it kind of explodes. It's like doing the explosion every time I crit, which is a lot with this 45% increase. After I save the survivor, I'm going to show my crit chance and other stats with this weapon. I'm not really using the heavy attack because I prefer not using it with this weapon. But I feel like I'm going to have to use it a little bit at least. Oh, well, it looks like the survivor's in a lot of trouble. Now that I saved the survivor, I'm going to really quickly show I have a 57.5% crit chance. So that is a bit over 50% chance. And even then, that's really effective when you're playing with a weapon like this, because the more chance you have to crit, the more effective your 6th perk is going to be, therefore making your weapon in general just better. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this encampment as well. I think totally rocking out would be very effective with this, but you would also have a lot less health. I know during my test with the Supersonic Slasher I used totally rocking out. I remember that very clearly. However, I had a lot of trouble with having low health during that one, even with, I think, Survivalist in my supports. And even then, I'm still dying because of the gunslingers. Do I happen to have... Okay, well... Why are there so many gunslingers? I think they despawned because they were encampment enemies, but I can't tell. Probably not. even with Blast from the Past, I can still have a lot of trouble with health, especially because of gunslingers or blasters that are going to be very far away from me, and because of the smoke screen making sure I can't see, there actually isn't any other enemies around here. I'm just swinging. It's kind of difficult to really look around for gunslingers that are going to be at least 5 or more tiles away from me at all times. But nonetheless, Crit Hit Explosion is definitely a fun 6th perk to play with. And if you ever end up having a weapon that has the 6th perk, it's going to definitely be worth trying out. With at least similar perks to what I was showing in the beginning of this video. Wait, where are these enemies? Oh, they're down there. Makes sense. Okay, how much more enemies are down here? Quite a bit more, I'd say. Okay, at least that was kind of cool. The heavy attack is fun with the full crowd attack, where I'm spinning, but it's not as good as the, say, Steam Thrasher, where I can infinitely, or at least as long as my energy allows me, move around. Even then, it was still kind of effective. I still prefer the primary attack, though. There's another taker somewhere. Oh, he's right there. No death for me. I actually think the Steam Thrasher, or not Steam Thrasher, this is not the Steam Thrasher. I think the Fishing Hook is actually a pretty good weapon, especially with the 6th perk. It'd probably be, like, at the very least, decent without this, but why 2 takers? Okay, they died in synchronization. Like I was saying, this weapon would be probably decent at the very least without the 6th perk, but of course, like I said earlier, the 6th perk is definitely making it better. Got some enemies spawning down here, so I'm gonna have to try some more explosions. Looked like a lot of damage. Wasn't on screen long enough for me to read that, but still. I feel like with health this low, I shouldn't be running out in the storm. Maybe I need to back up a bit. I need that. Three, 4, 5. Come on. I'm gonna die before I kill him, aren't I? I lost count already. Okay, I guess I'm not killing them. That was not worth it. I'm kind of glad that I did level up this weapon since I saw the crit hit explosion. Because it's definitely worth it. Because like I said, the crit hit explosion definitely makes any weapon worth it when rolled correctly. This is a ton of fun just having your enemies explode just because you crit, and you don't even need to use an explosive weapon for it. I didn't kill them. Hello, encampments. trying not to really use my hover turrets all that much because I'm trying to focus on getting some crit hits and some explosions. Because that's just the playstyle of melees when you have the 6th perk. There's so many lobbers. And they're all beehives, I'm pretty sure. You can see when I'm getting an explosion on an enemy that I'm hitting in a crowd, takes out a lot of the other ones around it. It's because, as the perk says, it deals damage in a, I think 0.5 tile radius. Okay, these aren't even encampment enemies. There's just a lot of enemies here. See, that crowd was taken out in what, 2 swings? Okay, get out of here. You can take out the gunslingers. Okay, I'm just gonna place that and run because I think I'm very weak. Oh, and that's the end of the mission. That was done a lot faster than I thought. Alright, I actually forgot what those mission rewards are. 82 gold, 75,000 survivor XP, 39,000 hero XP. Kind of wish that was the other way around, but okay. Mission alert. 7 storm shard, 220 amp up, and 118 pirate tickets. Anyways, like I was saying a lot during the gameplay, the fish nook was surprisingly good. Like, considering not only how old this weapon is to the game, but also how you never see anybody actually using this. And I think it's because it's not going to be that great of a weapon without the crit hit explosion. But then again, crit hit explosion makes a lot of weapons good. In fact, I don't think the Stormblade is all that good without it. And the Stormblade is actually one of my favorite base game swords. And having this crit hit explosion just makes the weapon so much better that it's so worth having. So like I said earlier in the video, if you end up having a melee weapon that can have this crit hit explosion perk, it's definitely worth trying out when you can get, say, attack speed, damage, crit rating. Anyways, that's going to bring it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and comment down below. Your feedback is super highly appreciated, and I'm out.